Here we go with video number 2 of the Canelo'S Huckleberry series. Next opponent we got here is David Benavidez, and a lot of people want to see this fight. They think David Benavidez has the best chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. So let's touch on David Benavidez, his pros and his cons. His pros, exceptionally quick. One of the fastest punchers out there. High volume, too. He's throwing them things fast with high volume, with power behind it. Great power puncher. Seems to have decent power. He seems durable. His chin is questionable right now. We haven't seen his chin really tested with anybody with some real pop. What is his cons? He has some cons that he's going to have to iron out before he even thinks about beating the Canelo Alvarez. I think he has a good chance of beating him, but he has some cons, man, and you can't go in there like that. Now, granted, Canelo, like I said, he's basic to me, but he's the basic where it's like he has other things going on for him, bro. He has networks behind him. He has sanctioned bodies holding him down, and he has a good chin, stuff like that. But the main thing is he has other entities at work, man. So you're gonna have to go in there and shine to beat this dude. Not just physically. I'm telling you, it's not just a physical thing. It's more to it. Perception is everything. His cons, his defense, number one. I see him get hit a lot. He got hit by Ron Ellis. He shouldn't have been hit by Ron Ellis. I guess he figured I could take his power, but you can't gamble with stuff like that, because even people with that you don't know power, they can still knock you out. It can happen. So he can't go in there with that mentality that he can take Canelo's punches to the face like that. That's not going to work. He has to work on his defense. He has no head movement. He has to work on his head movement. The only defense I see David Benavidez with is you can see him kind of like he has that good twitchy thing where somebody throw a punch at him and he know how to sharply dip back. That's as much as I see. I never see him throw up his guard. I never see him do any of this stuff. So he got to work on that, man. That's a major flaw with David Benavidez. Another flaw is his stance. It seems like sometimes he slaps his punches. He doesn't have the best foot placement when it's like you can see most of this, like he does a lot of arm punches. A lot of his punches come from the arm. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe he's generating his power like that, and we don't know because we're not feeling them punches. But you know how, he doesn't plant his legs well where he can generate more power. It doesn't seem like either he doesn't know how to do it or he doesn't need to do it because he has the power all up here. I don't know. Some boxers are different. He doesn't bend his chin down enough. He's like straight up and down, almost like Ryan Garcia, like straight up and down. You never see him like this. Canelo's gonna find this. He gonna have to work on that, man. He gotta work on that defense. And the body too. He gotta learn how to tuck his body. I don't see him tuck his body enough. He just fires off rounds fast and he's relentless, and that's what he got going for him. He's just coming at you, pow, 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 pow. Now that's one thing that Canelo's gonna have issues with is the volume and the speed coming at him with the power. Canelo's not like a volume puncher like that. For every 2 Canelo throw, I think David Benavidez is gonna hit him he gonna fire like 4 or 5 off at him. This dude, we throwing 4 or 5 punch combinations. Another thing is with David Benavidez, what he's going to have to watch out for. When he's throwing those combos, I see a lot of openings right there. When he's throwing that, he's doing all that, all this is open. Canelo, if he counters that, boom, it could be lights out. If he can't take his punch over some he don't see coming, he can knock him out. It's possible because we don't know what David's chin is yet. We don't know what it's like. For what it's worth, man, I think Canelo's a basic fighter, though. At the same time, you can't deny his chin has been fucking tested. He got a world-class fucking chin. So you're going to have to put some pain on him. My chances, Canelo's going to go to the body. That's why I say he got to work on his defense. He's definitely going to attack his body because he's much taller. My chances for David Benavidez, I give him 75% chance of beating Canelo. Strictly because he has the power. He just doesn't have the foot move. He don't have the movement. That's another flaw. He don't have the movement. He doesn't have the footwork. He doesn't have the head work. head movement. He doesn't have the defense right. He doesn't have his stance right. So he still has the punch. He still has a chance because he has the ability to throw them volume punches at fast, lightning, blistering speed with power behind it. If he don't, and I give him a 75% chance, assuming he fixes those defensive flaws. If he doesn't, he's not going to win that fight. He got to fix those. That's why I give him a 75% chance. Assuming he fixes them, he still has only a 75% chance because it's not going to be like something he's going to do overnight, learn overnight. He's going to have to practice that. So I ain't going to lie, I'll be honest, I want him to fight Canelo. I don't think right now. I want to see him brush up on his defense first. Maybe another 2 or 3, maybe 2 more fights. Train in between them 2 fights. Work on his defense in those fights. I want to see his defense. I want to see him in the ring moving his head. I want to see him just coming forward, throwing punches like that. I want to see him come forward like, head side to side. He already got the speed. He got the power. We got to see where his chin is. We got to see how his defense is. So that's my take. He has a 75% chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. And I think Canelo has a better chance of beating David Benavidez right now, maybe 85. And because of David Benavidez, his volume and his punches, his jab and stuff might keep Canelo at bay a longer time. We don't know how David Benavidez is going to hold up his stamina. I've never really seen him that gassed. He's young, too. He's much younger than Canelo. So I would say his engine shouldn't be a problem, but we have to see. But I give David Benavidez a 75% chance of beating Canelo Alvarez. So let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Get at y'all later on the next one. And I'm off this.